leaving Helena, 9 a.m. Mike and Bryce didn't sleep that well last night, so they're going to take a rest day in Helena. Lack of railroad access eventually forced closure circa 1910, although one kiln operated again in the 1930s. So I just finished the climb there. Everything's good with the bike. The chain's still squeaking. I think it's a bad idea to wax it. I think Butte, I'm going to try and stop in a bike store and maybe just switch to oil. I think he was doing... I'm going to show you a view, but these washboards, oh my God. I don't want to go super fast because it seems like the washboards could come out of anywhere. Just turned onto Dump Gulch Road. Forgot to look at the start, but I think it's 8 miles and almost 2,000 feet of climbing. If you don't make the right onto Dump Gulch Road, I believe that becomes the alternate that goes around Lava Mountain and goes through Clancy and I think Boulder. I'm right on the wrong side of the road, but there's not that much traffic. There's no washboards here. Plus, as you can see, there's shade on this side of the street. So I made it to the top of the second climb, and it is 3:10, although I did stop quite a bit. Had to make a couple of phone calls, but I'm at the top and I'm 22 miles from Basin with 3,200 feet left of climbing according to the app. On the second descent from the top of the second climb, stopped a northbounder, and he said I think he more or less said there's plenty of water sources down here. And he gave me some intel on the community center. There's a kitchen there and refrigerator and bar next door. Sounds perfect. This is just after I was talking to the northbounder about water situation on the descent and just coming across. I don't know if this is logging operations or why these trees are like toothpicks just laid down. Just slid down that section there with the rocks going sideways on the bike, and we're going to continue here, and I think there's a road where I have to make a decision to make a turn, but I hear water. I desperately want some water. So I just came down there. This is where you have to turn. That's the bottom of the second climb, and this is the start of the third climb, third and final. And there's a water stream right here, so I just filled up. Garmin says I have 2,000 feet over 6 miles, so that is going to be the biggest and toughest climb in that amount of specifications that I will have dealt with. And it is 5:15, so I'm walking immediately. It's just too chunky and steep for me to ride. So I've only gone about maybe 1.5 miles, I think, and there's a fair amount of push the bike. I wouldn't call it hike the bike because it's mostly just too steep. Because I have to push these steep sections, you get a lot done in terms of meeting the elevation obligation, if that makes any sense. Man, I can barely get purchase with my feet. came down there. Just saw this meadow. Pretty amazing. Just out of nowhere. So I'm in this little decline. Getting ready to do my final push for the day. I only have 300 feet, a mile and a half, I think. Oh, it's a marsh. There's water there. So it's like marshy. Okay, I'm just starting the descent and it's 7:33. I started a little after 5. I think the Garmin says my moving time was 2 hours and 13 minutes. Probably pushed the bike about 10 times, either due to the inclined and or the conditions of the road or just being tired actually. So with regards to this section between Helena and Basin, I think the southbounders, you get the better deal, because coming up this looks pretty tough, and going up the stuff I went down on the other side looks just as difficult. I think I've only got less than 3 miles into Basin. That's an old log cabin. Oh, this must be one of the... Wait a minute, there's a thing on the map. This might be it. I stand corrected, I'm 5 miles from town, but still, look at this devastation. I don't know what the heck happened here. Maybe it's from the old days when they had the mine, they just cut down the trees as needed, or as they're in the way. There's more of the mine right there. Pretty cool. Hi there. Hey, gentlemen. Hi. Guess I'm at the right place. Yeah. Here we are in Basin. Stayed last night at the community hall. $5 you pay next door at the bar. The cafe there, Silver Saddle, is open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I got in at about 8:30, so I missed the food options, but I did have some peanut butter filled pretzel nuggets that the bartender was providing. Going to head to Butte today. It is a Saturday. Unfortunately, the library is closed on Sunday. I was going to take a rest day. Just getting started, but here's remnants of the White Elephant Mine. Burned down in 1975. Around 1900, it was pretty prolific for gold. Guess that's one of the mine shafts. Saturday morning along Interstate 15, coming out of Basin. So at the community center, I got in around 8:30. There was 2 couples from Switzerland. They were probably late 40s, early 50s. And then there was a gentleman from Utah who was heading south. They were heading south to the Swiss people, but they got up at 5 o'clock and they were on the road by probably 6:30. In terms of supplies in Basin, there really isn't much there. For some reason, I thought there was a mercantile or general store there. I didn't see one. Just turned on the lowland road, which became gravel. I'm trying to get a place in Butte. Tried 3 different warm showers hosts, and they're all not available. There's all these pilings, which I have a feeling are from the mining industry. Tailings, what they call them. I'm going about 20.5 miles, and I've climbed, I think I've done about 2,000 feet, and I have another 1,000 feet left, and 14 plus miles to Butte, and it's 11:07. Wow, what a difference. So I've been descending pretty much since that climb out of Deer Lodge, Beaverhead, and been coming down, and a lot of these divots you got to be careful. I hit a couple big ones right in a row and almost lost it, so it was easy to get carried away with the speed. Pretty strong headwind though. Nice to have the tarmac. It looks brand new. To Butte. I think I'm about 5 miles out. It's only 12:30, so this is good news. Finally got some Montana big sky. Lots of big pickup trucks too. First day I'm really seeing the clouds that I associate with it. There's Butte. Wow, these are all like Iron Age buildings. Had to get a hotel room, Motel 6. It's probably the closest motel on the official route. Otherwise, you're going down towards Interstate 15. Lady said at the front desk that they get a lot of tour riders. It's actually another one here tonight, she said. But one interesting thing is she mentioned that it is, since it is an older motel, there's plenty of room for the bike. Just leaving Motel 6. Gonna go down to Town Pump, get some supplies. I need some water bottles. To Town Pump, I've got to go down and then climb back up these hills, but my whole day is about climbing hills, so. Hey, these Town Pumps are fabulous. They got such huge directions. So I got trail mix for today. I think I finally got the food worked out. I got a sandwich. I'm gonna switch to gummy bears instead of, I had some Swedish fish, which were terrible. I like these Duke sausages, 2 hard-boiled eggs, and a Laura bar. I had more. And then I got 2 bottles of water and a Gatorade. It was like $33, I think. And I switched to regular conventional oil today on the chain. Hopefully that'll stop me from having to oil it 2 times a day. On Mercury Street, about to rejoin the route. Oh, actually, here's a Town Pump on the route, so you wouldn't have to go out of the way like I did. There was a city park I saw. It's probably on the map on the outskirts of town. I saw a tent there. Mostly downhill. Looks like 2.6 miles. I'm going to turn onto Montana Route 2. I just turned off of Montana Route 2, and that's about 12 miles of pavement. Again, it's Sunday morning, probably light traffic. But the first turn climbing up this was pretty tough. I'd say it's about 1/3 of a mile, but it's never as far as I think it is, so maybe it's 1/4 of a mile, but that was quite a punchy climb immediately off of Route 2. Hi there. Cool thing about rail trails is they're never very steep because the trains could never do that hard of a grade. Wow, building the tunnel. Unfortunately, I'm not going through the tunnel. I have to take some single track, I think. Hope the whole thing isn't like this. Major impact on natural environment. Although the area is recovered a great deal, you can still see ditches and big boulders strewn about evidence of mining that once took place here. Just finished that single track. It was quite nice. It would have been nice to be on a hardtail, or at least not so much weight on the bike. It would have been more rideable. I pushed it quite a bit. All these trees that have been cut down. Not exactly sure what's going on. Maybe it's the Forestry Service that works trying to stop this plague or infestation. But it's definitely smoky. Not sure where the fire is. I don't smell smoke, but I definitely see it. Just all these trees. Looks pretty recent too. There's sawdust. And so you can see they're still green. And some of them are look like they have fresh cuts. The wood's not gray. But you have that over there. I mean, that's logging. I don't know what that is. I mean, looks man-made. They're clean cuts. So I'm at the top of the first climb. I guess I'm on the Continental Divide. There's a group of 4 northbounders. I spoke just to a northbounder. He's doing a section. Apparently when people are only doing a section, it can't take up to, 10 weeks like I plan on taking. Too busy looking at the phone to see how far away I am to notice this. Whoa, look at this downhill. Whoa! Now watch you don't get caught in the ruts there. It's hard to balance. Whoa, look at that. What a view. 1 mile and 7/10 I turn onto service road. And that's where you would take the alternate to avoid Fleecer Ridge. Going under Interstate 15. Running parallel to Interstate 15. We're going to turn left up here about half a mile. That stop sign, I don't know if you can see it. And then go that way. I was drinking my water. I only have about half a liter left, and I hear the water here. It's a little treacherous to get down there, I think, because I don't want to break an ankle. Okay, I just went a little further and was able to find an access spot, and I got 2 liters of water now. Man, I still have to do probably at least 9 miles, and still have to do Fleecer Ridge. But it looks like there's a massive wall of climbing at the very, very end. Wow, so there's the final climb. Man, that is a steep climb, but that's got to be Fleecer Ridge up there, the top. So I'm pushing it. It's almost 6/10 of a mile. I did a little bit of it at the start in a very small section. In the middle, just too tired. That's a shame, it's so smoky. was kind of what I expected. You know, bike just wants to flip over your head. Okay, here we go. We got that over with. And it's 7 o'clock. About 2 miles from Highway 43, and then probably another 4 miles into town. Almost there. Wow, I'm the only one here. There goes the River Club. A little bummed I was here at 8:01 and went inside and they told me the cafe closed at 8 o'clock, so I missed it by 1 minute. So had I not stopped at the community center, I probably would have got something to eat, but it's okay. I have mashed potatoes and tuna fish and cook something up there in a hot plate over there at the community center. And they're a little frustrated because I checked the website last night and it said, I thought it said till 9 o'clock they were serving food. I could have misread it. Just FYI, looks like the kitchen closes at 8. Post office, that's a small one. And then there's the Mercantile, which opens at 7 and is supposed to be well stocked. So I will, well, probably won't be there at 7, but I'll be able to get supplies there tomorrow. I think tonight I'm gonna have some mashed potatoes, maybe some tuna fish. Sounds perfect.